It was
That would
EJ.
actually live.
It was EJ who came up with it, not me. But anyways, one reason I was gonna say people are so fucking stupid is because I was watching this TikTok, and it was like the Shadow Man from Princess and the Frog. It was a guy doing like the Shadow Man dance. He has a video sped up. He did something to his face. Well, it didn't match the video actually, right? But they had like a side by side thing showing the comparison, and it's a well made video. I'm looking at it like, oh, he did a good job, right? It's when the Shadow Man is singing that
Are
I
you
got
ready?
friends, huh?
Wasn't that the Are You Ready? 'Cause that's what that one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I got friends on the other side. And this is what the song's called.
Oh,
Um, so that, right? He's singing that, and then there's people in the comments like, when Disney makes a live action Princess and the Frog, they need to hire this guy. And I was like, why? Off of one TikTok video? I
yeah,
was like, what?
yeah.
What other?
That's how people work, bro. People like, yo, that nigga over there, he bald. He should have been Lex Luthor, bro. Oh my god. Uh, I forgot who said it. There was one actual bald actor who was like, yo, like if one more person tells me I should be Lex Luthor because I'm bald, that's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember another time I saw this. There was this guy who he was like a Robin Williams impersonator, right? And he also would do Han Solo stuff. And he was campaigning to play Han Solo in the new movies or to play Han Solo in a spin-off series. And I remember they're showing the things of why he should play Han Solo, and it's just him mimicking of Han Solo scenes. And I was like, but what would he bring to the role that is new or interesting? I was like, he's just gonna ape Han Solo and copy him all the time. I was like, why would I pay to watch that? I was like, why would I just watch Han Solo in the original movies? I was like, he's not adding anything, he's not doing anything. But whatever. So the guy that did end up choosing to play Han Solo, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that guy either. But whatever. Um, yeah. So what you been up to, man?
I mean, I went to a concert yesterday. It was pretty nice. Let me get her name right because I've been getting her name wrong this entire time.
Yeah.
Rina
Yes, we know.
Sa.
Yes, we know he ain't a real fan.
I'm not. I went
Yeah.
because my friend was going, and I was like, "Yo, like, you don't gotta go by yourself. I'll go with you. It's on the stream now." Rina Sawayama. Yeah,
Oh, that bitch.
Rina Sawayama.
She makes some cool music. Well, she has one song that I
I thought
enjoy.
her songs were pretty cool.
Now the rest of them were too gay, too girly. Yeah.
Her songs were pretty cool. The visuals while she was on stage was nice. She really leaned into the silhouette thing. So like while she's on stage, it's really dark and you can't really like see her face or whatever. But like her and her dancers, like they have really, really nice silhouettes. So like
Yeah.
the outfits they choose and whatever, like as they're dancing, like it's very fitting to the song. So that
That
was pretty
song,
cool.
song I like from her is "Shut the Fuck Up" because it's a metal song or a
Yeah,
new metal.
I knew I heard that. I was like, yeah, Gio would like this one.
That's the only. The rest of them, I tried listening to the other ones, and it just
They're not for
wasn't
you, bro. You're not the target audience.
exactly. I didn't think she was terrible. I was like, God, this wasn't made
Like
for
I
me.
was sitting there, there's like, yeah, these songs are not for me. Hell, she like started opening up and like talking about some stuff. I was like, yep, I knew that these were like those were the type of people you were singing to. It's not me. It's not me at
Jeez,
all.
Christ.
And
Yeah,
it was a fun performance. It really felt like she wasn't too big yet, so like it was very candid. Yeah, that's the word, candid.
she isn't as mainstream. Yeah,
So it really felt like she was just like chatting with the audience. That was nice.
I don't know. They
Um,
all do that now.
Yeah,
Literally,
but
even
like, but
mainstream.
like when you go to like a larger concert, like they don't have the opportunity to do that because there's too many people there. Like this,
I know.
there
I'm
was a
saying you'll even see at those big ass concerts, they'll start talking. They're not even singing anymore. There are mad videos you can
yeah,
find of
yeah,
this
yeah.
shit.
But
Um,
like it's not like the same. It's kind of hard to explain. Um,
yeah.
but because I know what you're
Maybe,
talking about. Like, yes, it is a part of
maybe the
the
feeling
scene
is
thing.
different. Maybe
Yeah,
the feeling is different.
yeah.
But
It's a lot different feeling. Cause like it felt like it was like not rehearsed. Like it was like unplanned.
I mean, I don't know.
But a lot of it was unplanned. Like you could really see it. Bro, she forgot the lyrics to one of her songs. Cause
Oh, they
she
do that all. They do that all the fucking
she
time.
she forgot the lyrics because she was like, yeah, because this was a rescheduled version, right? Because we were supposed to go to her concert, but she lost her voice, so they had to reschedule it. And she was like, all right, because of that, or maybe not because of that, but it was one of the reasons she's gonna
Yeah.
perform a song she's never performed live at that
Where did she?
concert.
Where did she lose it?
Where did she lose it? I think she lost in Albuquerque.
It was meant to be a dumb joke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I said Albuquerque.
yeah, she lost it there. But
But yeah, it was a nice concert. Enjoyed my time.
yeah, probably was. Yeah, I could see her having doing a fun little showing.
It
I could
was
see it.
a real. It was weird because like I wasn't in the front, but I was still getting pushed. I would see the people moving back, kind of like I looked forward and there was like a gap, and like the other thing I went to, I was in the front, and it seemed like everyone was trying to get closer. So I was just like, bro, what the fuck? Like it was weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess this has nothing to do with the actual topic, but whatever. There's no segue I could think of to
There's no
launch
segue.
it.
Ah, this means you're not good enough, bro.
Well, no. Also, it's not. I don't want to make a joke out of this next thing that we're about to talk about.
Honestly, yeah, no. We probably should make a
Um,
joke out of it.
yeah, serious stuff. So when I first heard about the boy, the ultimate Power Ranger, the legendary Green Ranger, that hop into their Megazord and beat the shit out of them, kicked them out of their own Megazord,
He
Green Ranger,
literally had Black Air Force energy, bro.
Jason David Frank, the playing a flute to summon his shit.
Fucking Dragon Zord. Oh my god. Oh
Jason
my
David,
god. He really was just like, Fuse, why I need to do that?
man that made our childhoods, who showed up and upshowed the Red Ranger, the actual Red Ranger, every chance he got in his own
My
show.
man's was stressed. The Red Ranger was like, I was supposed to be special one.
Yeah. But then he comes back as the Gold fucking Ranger. So he literally was like, "I'm the
He
best
comes back.
one."
Doesn't he come back as the White Ranger?
White Ranger. There we go. I think wasn't he also the Gold Ranger before
Bro, this
too though?
man is 5 different Rangers across like 7 different series. He was the Green Ranger. He was the White Ranger. He was a Red Ranger, and I think Turbo. He's the Black Ranger mentoring to the other Rangers in Dino Thunder. Bro, my man's kept coming back. In fact,
Yeah.
during one of the comic book series, they used his likeness in a video to like promote the comic book series. Remember that video? He was sitting
Yeah.
there with the helmet, and I think he was talking to, I think it was Rita. I don't remember, but it was this
I
man
think
was a Power Ranger.
in that part, I think the reason why they used him in that series was because it was an alternate version of him that was the villain. I
Yeah,
think that's why he was in
he
there.
was he was a Power Ranger. He's
Yeah.
one of the only Power Rangers that I know that like he kept doing the series for as long as possible.
But of course, he turned his TV off. He's not with us any longer.
Oh,
And
let me get rid of this.
when this first happened, I was affected. I was like, holy crap. So I remembered him, and it was kind of crazy that because I couldn't see what like a lot of times with other artists, like people will say there was nothing. I mean, I guess with Robin Williams, there's actually nothing, but you'll look and see news about this shit, right? But with him, I hadn't seen anything indicate. Like it
Yeah,
seemed like
man, these guys are famous. Like we don't know them. It'll feel like you know them, right? You're like, oh, but I saw him do this. I saw him do that. And it feels like you're such a part of their lives or whatever. Or at least like you're keeping tabs on them or whatever. But you don't know nothing about nobody, you know?
yeah. Well, it turns out that this man had, I think, before his most recent divorce, I think he had two other divorces. So he had a string of divorces and children in these divorces. And basically he's at a hotel, right? With the woman that he's divorcing, right? He's at a hotel with
It was
her.
two different Red Rangers. That's crazy.
So he's at a hotel with the woman he's divorcing. And they're arguing. People come and get them to, quiet down, right? They're making a big showing, right? And then she starts arguing with him again. But then this time, when they go back to like go find him or whatever, go to him, or when I guess she discovered him, I think he had he had tied the noose around his neck, and Jesus Christ. And when I was thinking about that, I was just like, damn, it's like when we were at the last episode, we were talking about how no one cares about mental health, right?
Yeah.
Everyone will talk up and down about, let's say, single mothers and how hard and harsh and hard it is, right? And how it must like take a toll. But they won't say anything about the effects that divorces can have on not just the man, but most specifically because men are the ones who get the majority divorced. The men who get impacted by these divorces, right? And then the impact on the children. Like there's so much literature showing that like children don't really recover from their parents being divorced. Like it does not happen.
There was a different thing that I heard, but it was actually wild because I was watching a TikTok and this guy was like, it's almost the end of Men's Mental Awareness Month, and this is the first TikTok you've seen about it. I was like, you're right. You're absolutely right, sir. like no one cares. No one cares. And bro, the amount of things like just to compare, like on Mother's Day, let one man say shout out to all the single fathers who are also their kids. Bro, that man would be sent to the shadow realm if he said some shit like that on Mother's Day. But the bare amount of people coming out of the woodwork, be like, remember to give your mom a present because she's your father too. Like, and I was like, yo, y'all
Yeah,
had your day, bro. You
yeah.
had your day.
That's what they did on Father's Day. They made a video celebrating mothers, and everyone was like, "What the fuck? Like, what's going on?" And people were acting like this was normal, and they were like, "Oh, the single mothers." I was like, "What? Come on, guys."
Yeah. It's like it's like shout out to all the single mothers on Father's Day. And I was like, yo, what about the single fathers? And don't sit here and tell me that there's just there's so many more single mothers. Like, but y'all had your day. Y'all had
Yeah,
your day.
they
I
had a
think
day.
I forgot what comedian said it. It was like Father's Day comes 20th and like all of like people's favorite holidays or whatever.
Jeez.
No one cares. No one cares about men. No one
No one
cares.
cared at all. So it just get. But stuff like this show you one. There's a lot of things like this of men murdering themselves after, or we should say, turning their TVs off because of these things like these divorces and stuff, or even just having their kids taken away from them, that kind of thing.
Oh,
Um,
June is Men's Mental Health Month. That means I didn't even see that TikTok until November. I didn't see that shit till November, bro. That's crazy.
It's funny because I was having these conversations with these girls the other day, and I forgot what happened, and something about women being the prize, or I was saying, oh no, I was saying men when they're with a woman should not sit there worshiping the woman and putting her on a pedestal, and they're like, oh, why shouldn't she? Blah blah blah. Why shouldn't he? And I was like, because they're supposed to be equal beings. I was like,
Yeah.
she's not deserving of anything that.
You're supposed to be partners. You don't do that to your partner.
Yeah, I was like, you're supposed to treat her like a human. And then the other girl understood what I was saying, but the other one was still like, well,
Well, yeah,
one of
because
yeah,
you were advocating for her not to get special treatment.
yeah. It was like, oh man, it's just like, I don't know.
No, you
It's
know.
like
You know.
we've gone so far in the other direction that we've
No, we
left
haven't.
a whole. Yeah, we have. We fucking completely have gone super far in the other direction. Because you go from because as much as people want to argue, right? Here's the real red pill. I'll give you one.
The
Much as
real
people
red
want
pill.
to argue that women were supposedly so oppressed and were suffering. You look across history, they weren't cheap.
That's
They
what I'm
were
saying.
not.
Like, I don't like.
They're doing all right. And then like if you go far, super far back, yeah. But like for example, here in the fucking America, you can go
America.
far back, and they were the only thing is like in the early 1900s they couldn't vote, but they had like every other like they were
What do you
still.
mean they couldn't vote? They just told their husband what to do anyway. Just tell your husband who to vote for.
You have a point. But like even something like the temperament movement, where they fucking the temperance movement, sorry, where prohibition comes through. That was literally started by a bunch of church going women, pretty much. So they had plenty of influence, and then like you get to it really starts in like the early 1900s, but things take a peak around like the 1950s, 1960s. Is when the big counterculture revolution happens. And then from that day, see, it used to be like a long time ago when we were younger, and it was like maybe like 2009 or 2010. I would point out to people, because I had literally read about. I remember trying to explain to a guy we knew what extreme feminism was, and he was too. This is the guy who now thinks he's so much more fucking red pilled and super smart than everybody else now. But it's like I remember trying to explain to him what extreme feminism was, and he's like, "Feminism can't be extreme. That makes no sense." And I was like, "No, there's a such thing as extreme feminism." He was like, "How could there be extreme feminism? All it does is advocate for female rights." And I was like, dude, I was like, literally, if you go on your phone right now and Google extreme feminism, you will find the actual. I was like, extreme feminism is not about female rights. I was like, the reason it's been labeled extreme feminism is because it would advocate harm towards men and shit like that, and it was insane. Like Like you look at someone like Rachel Solanias, who was that her name? Whatever. She's a crazy bitch. She's a crazy bitch who shot Andy Warhol. But she had a whole book called The Scum Manifesto.
The
And
Scum Manifesto.
the Scum Manifesto, and it's pretty much like a Bible of radical feminism. And within it, she talks about she says men are unfinished abortions and shit like that, or something like no unfinished women, pretty much that we're just like flawed women, and that's the only reason we
That makes no
exist.
sense.
I
That's like
don't even
doing
want
the
to just
math,
I have a
bro.
whole
I
discussion.
don't even understand how you even say a
Well,
statement like that and mean it.
it's because there's something where I think if you look inside the womb, I remember talking to some girl about this, like because you have they'll have like the what do you call it? They'll have the genitalia as they're developing of like they could go I guess it can go either way or can still develop into a vagina.
Yeah. Like
I was like,
the clitoris, like in
yeah,
development, it's just really, really long, right?
yeah,
So it either could become a clit or to become a penis. Like
yeah.
that organ is pretty much the
Then
same
all
for
I
us.
said when the girl was telling me this, I was like, that doesn't mean that you're born women. I said that means you're born intersex.
Also, if anything, it looks way more like a penis than it does a vagina.
Yeah, I was like, that just
So
means. I was like, that just means. I was like, that just means
such
the
a
fetus.
stupid statement.
Yeah, like, that just means the fetus is intersex. It wouldn't mean that that it's a woman. I was like, it would mean it was intersex, and then
It's not a clit. It's just not.
it yeah. But anyways, yeah, man, it gets extreme in the '60s, and at this point in time, when people would complain about feminism, I'd point out to them that in the '60s it was a lot worse. Ironically, because I'd hear people talk about how feminism we're so far from what it used to be, and I was like, no, you guys don't understand. I was like, it actually was worse at some point in time. They were saying insane people shit a long time ago, and then now we're literally full circle. We're back at the insane people shit, like they say, crazy shit now, like to show you they really don't give a fuck about men. Like I remember I literally saw a video where it was something like men because like basically a bunch of videos started coming out talking about how lonely men are and how like a lot of male suicide might be linked to that loneliness, right? And then a bunch of videos in response started coming out, right? And instead of it being like, maybe women covering the case of male loneliness, right? And maybe talking about it as well and adding like some women have talked about it and added this concept that it's their fault and it's the fault of the patriarchy, right? Sure. But other women were literally making stuff saying men are lonely and like men are lonely. Who cares? Like that was their takeaway from the fact that men are lonely and
I
offering
mean,
theyselves and
yeah,
hurting
who
them.
cares?
They're like,
Because
who cares?
they don't care.
Fuck them. And then you have
Like
the
they generally believe that less men in the world makes it a better world. So like, why would they care?
yeah. And then you have the classic of the woman with the. You ever seen that woman with the red hair when the guy talks about they're arguing about like feminism or some shit, and he says something like, "This is a really old video. It's like from 2014 or some shit." And he says to her, "Oh, like the male suicide rates are like higher or whatever." And she goes, "Cry me a river." That's what she said. She said, "Cry me a river." She gave no fucks. It's like fuck those men killing themselves. Jesus Christ, this is the world we live in. This is the world people have chosen, and they think this is a good world. They think things are better. That's what they say. They say things are so much better now. And I'm just like,
I
what?
mean, bro, we live in a world where look, man, if you were a woman, if you really wanted to, you could go take a picture of your foot and post it on Instagram, and you'd make more money than the most people.
Well, I mean,
Than
yes and
most
no.
people, bro.
Yes and no.
It you'd be
Many women go
surprised.
and find out. Many women go and find out. Like I just saw a woman getting made fun of. She goes and she tries to because she made a post. She tried to do the OnlyFans thing, and then she's back to being like a cashier because it didn't work out.
I didn't even say nothing about no OnlyFans.
Yeah, I
Also,
know.
a lot of people who fail those types of things, they think it's really just like just make the content. Nah, you gotta advertise. You have to advertise.
And you
You have
have
to
to
advertise.
actually. It has to become your life. Like,
Yeah, like you have. It's a business. It's not. Ah, man, I'm just gonna sit here and like get rails
it's
and
not.
make money. No, it's
It's
gotta be a
obviously
thing.
it's not as easy as many people think. Like when you look at these OnlyFans people, it's literally only like 1% of them that make any money. The rest are just a bunch of bottom feeders, barely making enough to
Because they
scrounge
really
by.
thought that was the quick buck. Like, but
Yeah,
if you put in a little effort, bro, easy money. It's because it's not hard money. It's just you gotta put in a little effort.
yeah. And so you just gotta whatever avenue you're in. Like recently, I saw there was a video. I didn't even watch it, but I mean, I guess we could talk about
How
it
you
in
gonna talk about it and watch?
um. Basically, it was this. I guess we could talk about it in depth another time. There was this OnlyFans woman claiming that she was being body shamed because she was like a call her a BBW, I guess. Um, and she said claimed she was being body shamed, but she makes 500K a month. And in my head, I'm just like, man, I wish I could be
A
body
month?
shamed too. I was like,
A
somebody.
month, my guy? 500K?
Oh no, it was 500K a year. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Still,
500.
bro.
Yeah, still
Still.
crazy.
For
I was
being
like, yo,
man, I'd be body shamed for that.
I was like, somebody could body shame me right now. Like somebody could body shame me.
Bro, I would post a video of my fat ass with dry my tears with stacks of fat cash, bro.
I was like, somebody could body shame me. I was like, so yo, don't nobody want to shave my body? Like, come on, bro. I look disgusting. All right.
Yo, bro, that shit's crazy. Alright, I'll take that.
But yeah, man, it's just like you said, we live in two completely different worlds, you know? Like, man, Jesus Christ. Like if this was a famous, let's say this was a famous let's say this was a famous female actor and she's in the middle of some divorce, some nasty divorce, and then she fucking kills herself. This would be plastered all over CNN and they'll be talking about it for like for like the next 3 months. They'll be still talking about this shit. They'll be like, yeah, when let's I don't know. They'll be like, yeah, when Lisa David Frank sadly took her life or some shit. I'd be like, oh man, but they don't really care. Like fucking
But no, that is wild. Like
TMZ
my
was like,
man's is like one of the most popular Power Rangers ever. Like, and I found out about it on Instagram. I didn't hear about this anywhere
yeah,
else.
yeah, TMZ fucking broke the news on this shit. I think they were one of the first ones to report on it because no one else fucking cared because
I
just
mean, I know
another guy.
he's not an A-list actor or anything, but god damn, like they really don't care.
Yeah, they do not care about your mental health
And like
whatsoever.
it was like, all right, it was like he died. All right, get over it. You know,
Yeah,
like I feel like if it was anyone else, I'd hear about this for like a week, like a month. But like it was like the day it happened, or like the day it got broken. I was like, yo, shit, my man's is really gone. And then like Power Ranger accounts on Instagram, Power Ranger accounts, they were like, yo, bro, that's really sad. Everyone else, silence. No one gives
yeah.
a shit.
The thing is, right? If people chose to talk about this, then you kind of have to start talking about what may have contributed to to his passing. Because I like even if you want to like I'm not gonna say it was the woman's fault or it was completely the results of the divorce proceedings, but I'm certain that like the divorce had something to play with the man offing himself. He's gone through like 3 divorces already. Like come on, Jesus Christ, crazy times. Like did you see that thing? There are two funny things about this. So remember that girl Just Pearly Things or whatever
No,
who
who's
I
that?
think you were talking about her, some red pill girl, some white girl.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I don't remember her name, but yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
I remember she had a TikTok. I don't really watch her channel because I don't know, man. I don't need to watch every person talking about this stuff. I literally only watch one guy who ever talks about this stuff, and I kind of ignore all the rest. They keep trying to push people in my face, but I ignore them. Um, she was made a video talking about like saying talking about how women end their relationships like 70% of the time. I think she was talking in terms of marriage, but she wasn't clear enough. So she said I think she said relationships. And some woman was like,
She
I
said
love that.
divorce. I think she said
Yeah.
divorce.
I don't remember. Well, the girl's like, I love that for them. I love that. And she's like, you love that? You think that's a good thing? That is like these men are this is the world we live in, man.
I
This is the world.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, I just see stuff like that. Like I said, sometimes I have to avoid that kind of stuff because it will destroy my hope in humanity. Because it's like I was saying to you guys, I don't need to see like, for example, when Abba Preach will make a video and the video will say, "Oh, they asked these girls how much they expect men to make or some shit." I was like, I already know what they're gonna say. I don't want to see it because I know it's just gonna be them living on Venus and saying some shit that don't make no sense.
Actually,
And you're not
insanity.
And you're not going to change their mind. You're not going to change their mind.
They're not
Even
gonna
if
change
you
their mind.
show them that what they're saying is stupid, they'll pretend in front of your face that they get it and they understand. Then as soon as you're gone, they'll go right back to that dumb hot girl shit they were spouting. I remember that most famously happened when these idiots, those two Fresh and Fits idiots, they talked to Brittany Renner. And in the thing, they humbled her or whatever the fuck, right? They like they had a bunch of videos where they what's the word? What's the word they always use? They like destroyed her, right? And the next day, all she did was wait till the next day when they wouldn't be there to go back and forth with her. She made a video debunking everything it really was. It was just her talking from her feelings and calling them misogynist and all sorts of stuff.
Bro, you a misogynist?
Yeah. But when she was there during the interview, she was acting like she understood and nodding her head, and then it's just like,
Bro, like when you see stuff like that, it's like, yeah, what's the point of even trying to like have a conversation with these people? Because like
yeah,
clearly they don't actually want to have a conversation with you, right?
yep,
Like they're just
and yeah. Some people I've talked to about this stuff, you can tell who's going to be receptive and who isn't. Like some people, I remember there are some women I've talked to, you can see on their face that they're an actual thoughtful person. As you're saying something to them, they're actually considering what you're saying, and and others, those are talking. You can see the moment they check out of the conversation and they're not paying attention to what you're saying anymore, and they just start spouting parroted lines at you because they're not listening to anything you said. But like we said, man, they do not care about your mental health. I mean, I made a whole video about this topic. I literally made a whole video about how they do not care about your male tears. They don't. And I was like, you're responsible for your own emotions, your own mental health. I was like, if something's wrong with you, you got to work on it yourself. You got to go to the fucking doctor if you got to go to it. Do not expect no fucking woman or anyone, not even just women. Do not expect your male friends. Do not expect your female friends. Do not expect your parents. Do not expect anybody to give a fuck and to help you. You have to take the first step. You have to go find a way to deal with the problem. If you want to go to other people, you got to make sure you're working on it already. Yeah. If you want to talk to about your friends, you can't be on some like you're at your last like what's the word? Last rope? Is that what they're saying? You're at the end of your rope. Can't do some shit like that. You will die because you're gonna go to them. They're gonna be receptive at first. They're gonna sound like they care a little bit at first, but they're gonna get annoyed. They're quickly gonna get tired of hearing your shit. And eventually you're gonna notice that they're tired of hearing your shit. And that's probably gonna be the thing that pushes you over the edge. And you just go ahead.
13th reason, huh?
Yeah, you just go ahead and off yourself. So if you're gonna talk to other people about it, you gotta make sure you're working on it already. You know what I mean? Like doing something to improve.
I
You
mean,
know?
yeah, because I've seen people who's like they want to get better, but like they don't,
Yeah. So
and
no,
like you can't make them get better if they don't want to get better. And
okay.
like if you try to talk to them like that, it's like yo, like it doesn't seem like you like want like they will come at you and they'll cry and you're just like, bro, like this is for you. Like
That's the other thing I said in that video too. That the people you're complaining to aren't even qualified to help you. So
I can't help you, bro. Like
yeah,
like
I was like, go find someone who's qualified. But man, but yeah, stuff like that always makes me sad. Like just like I was in a group chat and just casually talking about the people who off themselves. And the way they're talking about it, these were people we knew too. They seem like they're
you knew.
yeah, we knew them. We knew
What's
these
their name?
people.
You knew them.
No, not you. No,
Yeah, that's what I
me
said.
and
We. I don't know those people.
these are two people in this group who, boom, gone. And they're talking about it like it's funny or some shit. Like it's not. Man, I'm the only person who's like, man, it's always sad when someone takes their life. And I was like, it's not a good thing. Like it does not make me happy. I was like, I just wish. I kept saying over and over again. They seem like they're kind of trying to give me trouble for it. Like I just wish there was something that could have happened to stop them from making that choice. Like if there was just some way they could have gotten some help, or they could have just known. I was like, that's what I was like. I literally try to make it like when I encounter people like that, I try my best. And then one of them sends start talking about how a friend of his sent him a video of him crying or something, and his friend, the people are making fun of the guy. I was like, "Yo, Sam," I was like, because the guy I was talking to, his name is Sam. I was like, please tell your friend to go get some help before he kills himself. I was like, sending another guy a video of you crying is not something a man who is stable and emotionally healthy does. I was like,
Absolutely
you
not.
never know when he might actually just be gone. I was like, please urge this man to go get some help. I was like, it's not funny. That's what I literally was like, it's not funny.
Were they laughing about that?
Yeah, people were laughing like it was funny. They were like saying he's a pussy and stuff. Yep. Yeah, exactly our point. No one cares
Maybe
about your
it's
mental.
because he was laughing. This
Yep.
is supposed to be his friend.
I mean, he wasn't laughing, but he was kind of making fun of him. The
That's
others
not
were
your
like,
friend, bro. That's not your friend.
no one cares about your mental health. Most of all, men don't care about your male mental health. They do not give a fuck about their
Because they'll use that shit to one up you.
yeah.
They'll use that shit to one up you. They'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna show Jessica this. Yeah, I'm gonna put me above this guy. It's like, yo, what the fuck kind of goofy shit
I've
is that,
literally
bro?
seen it. I've literally dated women who were showing me stuff of other guys, venting to them and stuff. And it's just like, why are you showing me this? They do not give a fuck. They do not care. But I guess that kind of touches on the next topic. Something that I guess can quickly disparage your mental health and send it crumbling. Uh, is dating a waste of time in 2022 going into 2023? What do you think?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know because, like I've said before, like I really feel like there's a lot of healing that needs to be done on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And like anytime you see anyone like, oh, well, I'm looking for a serious relationship, bitches don't. I'm not even saying like women, like people don't know what a serious relationship is. Like they just don't know what that means. They're like they think it's that shit they see on TV. It's like, oh, we're gonna go on dates and we're gonna like call each other and it's gonna be all cutesy and that's it. And I'm like, no. Like that's like there's ups and downs to that shit. And I'm not even saying like, oh yeah, we get into these real big arguments all the time, but then because we love each other, we work. No. That's not it either. That's not it either. That shit's goofy, bro. That shit's goofy as fuck, my guy.
I want to live that way. Yeah.
Yeah, because look, if there is a big argument that happens, like yeah, I do agree that you should work it out, right? But if you are having arguments from the moment you wake up, if you go home and you're like, damn, now I gotta be around this person, like, yo, you don't like that person. Like, real talk. Like, if you after work, you're like, oh, now I gotta go home. No, like, you don't like that person no more, bro. Like, you don't want to be there. If you sitting there enjoying your peace, and that, like, not even, say, like, other person sitting there enjoying their peace, and you just look at that person and be like, look at them, sitting there, not doing nothing, and you just angry at them. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you
Or
actually
maybe,
doing?
maybe it could be that you're just a shitty person. It could be you.
Definitely is you. Definitely is you, bro. You're not ready. You're not ready,
Yeah,
bro.
like you. Maybe you just don't like this person. I mean, it's still that you don't like them, but maybe you are just a shitty person and you need to leave
Like if
them
you just
alone.
enjoy people suffering, like so, and like I'm saying, like this is both sides. This is both sides. Like some people are just like, yo, we hang out and we fuck. That's all you need, right? No, that's not all you need, bro. That's not it. That's not the end game. That's not the whole thing.
I think for many men that is the end game. That's exactly. They'll be very happy with a setup like that.
That's wrong,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I said many men. I didn't say
Yeah,
all.
I'm just saying it's wrong. I'm not saying the statement you said is wrong. The idea is wrong.
All right. Why? Why is the?
You gotta grow out of that, bro.
Why do you think the idea of just having
Cause
someone that you fuck and you just leave them to their own devices? Why do you think that it's wrong?
I think it's wrong because like if you really live in that way, then you just gonna wait for someone you enjoy fucking more. That's it.
Mm.
Like you're just gonna be waiting. Like the second you think, that's a better lay over there, you gonna go find her out, and if it is, you just don't give a shit. You're just gonna leave the other person. You're like, yeah, whatever. It's like if it really is just like, yeah, I'm only with you because we're having sex. I will literally go out of. I will find out who's better, because that's the only reason I'm with you. Like
That is
yo, so
literally
you keep having bad sex, bro. If that's the
that is
only reason
really
you're with them,
that is already what happens, to be honest. Like it was
exactly.
just
That's what
it was just a
happens.
it was just a woman. I think she was on TikTok. TikTok started getting a lot of traction, where she's saying women are naturally polyamorous and men invented monogamy, and like they're forcing it on them. It's like, yeah, I'm inclined to agree with her, my
That
dude.
don't even make no
Sure,
sense.
I'm inclined to agree. I mean, she is right. We did technically invent the concept of monogamy, but I think when I did a project on this, um, and I don't think it was,
Yeah, you did
yeah,
a project on this.
I don't think it was like a thing where it was like many people don't seem to like know what the actual traces of monogamy first started. It wasn't a thing like some government mandate or something or some like the monarchy put it together. What anthropologists believe, it's something that formed out of like necessity, where pretty much the old style of men just kind of like hopping from woman to woman and stuff was leading. I think it was leading to too much violence. It was like a thing where it was leading to a lot of violence. And out of necessity, humans had to develop a way in order to, create family couplings and stop people from killing each other. So it's like something we had to develop as a race together to do. Like it happened a long fucking time ago. Um, well, not that long ago, but it's yeah. But anyways, it isn't my belief that I do
What?
think yeah.
Who cares about
What?
what you believe?
Oh, you're right. No one. I'm a man, so no one cares what I believe. But anyways, um, what I was gonna say was I mean, I think relationships in general are a waste of time for the most part. I do think they are a waste of time. I think relationships are meant to be they're meant to be temporary. And I think this idea that they're meant to be permanent is what causes a lot of the problem. I think people trying to force something to work that isn't working anymore, like maybe they're both bored and they just need to go their separate ways. I think that is what causes a lot of trouble. I think you should just let your relationship die and move on to the next one, move on to the next one. Like you shouldn't just go around, you don't have to go around fucking people that you have no feeling for or whatsoever. I mean, you could do that too. Whatever, teach your own, do whatever you want. But at the same time, you know, it's like trying to develop these long lasting relationships just to say you're in a long lasting relationship, I think is a source of a lot of the heartache that people are experiencing in their lives. That's my whole take on that thing. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I do not think people are meant to. I don't think the whole growing to old age. Of course, there's. It's not a one to one. You can find, your extraordinary example of some old couple dancing in a hallway, like you're just like, "Ooh, I want my love to be like that." And then flash, you catch them 5 minutes later, and he's like, "You stupid asshole! I know what you was doing with JB Smooth back in 1976." And it's like, yeah, it's like yeah, but I just generally think we're meant to exist in couplings and then grow apart. I mean, even I'm pretty sure that's how old school relationships used to last. And when you look to nature, that's what they do. They go in their little coupling, they do the work, they do the deed, they do what they got to do, and they move hard. They go and do something else. The man leaves. He's like, okay, time to go.
See,
You know,
the real issue I feel is like people have this idea that once you're with your partner, like that's my ride or die. Everything.
yeah,
Look, you don't need to do everything with them.
no,
You are still an individual. Like you can do things separately. Like
yeah,
it's a lot better. Well, in my opinion, it's a lot better when you like come together. You can like chat. You can do whatever you do. But then when it's
just
time to do the ting, like I'm not even saying like be separate. It's like I'm saying like you can live together or whatever, right? Like, but like when you go out into the world, like you don't gotta be like gotta let my wife know that I've walked 30 feet. Oh man, she's so worried about me all the time. Like that shit
I
is
wouldn't even,
goofy.
I wouldn't even advocate living with your girlfriend. I do not even think people should do that. You're gonna learn to hate somebody real quick. Someone you love, you're gonna learn to hate them really quick as you're living with them for a year. You'll suddenly all that love and passion, you'll just start getting fucking annoyed by them. Like what you were describing, it might not even be that they fucking despise the person they're dating. It's just you've been around the person too damn much.
Mm-hmm.
Like their annoying the pet peeves about them, the things that really annoy you. You just you're just like I can't handle it anymore. Like, it's like I just can't. I can't deal. I honestly think that shit. Like some people say this kind of stuff is unnatural, but I think like living apart and that kind of stuff is probably the
It's
healthiest
part
way.
of have. It's like when you get like, say you move in with your girl and it's a one bedroom. That's don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get two bedrooms, bro. What the fuck you doing in one bedroom? Get two bedrooms.
Yeah, but in that case, just get your own fucking apartment, bro. Like
Definitely, it's still cheaper to get two bedrooms. It's cheaper.
sure, but you still gotta be around because you know you're
Yeah, but
not
like
selling.
you can have space. Like I'm saying, like when you get that one bedroom, there's no space. Like you need that space.
No, but you're not selling the idea of a girl to a girl that you just started seeing seriously to
Why the
get to.
fuck are you moving in with a girl you just started seeing seriously, bro? If I'm moving in with someone, it's been we've been dating for a minute, bro, and we've been dating for a
Yeah,
minute, bro.
yeah, you're not selling the idea of having
Maybe
two.
you not selling the idea because you a
It's not
bad
happening.
salesman, bro.
It's not
You a
happening, bro.
bad salesman. I
We,
can sell water
we
to
live
a whale, motherfucker.
we
No.
live in a universe where women are going on Steve Harvey, demonizing the men they're with for not marrying them, and Steve Harvey is like, he got to marry your ass. This is the world we live in.
That's because Steve
For
Harvey just got
better.
to get a check, bro.
So you really think you're gonna be able to sell to her that yeah, I want us to have two separate bedrooms.
Yep.
You already know how that conversation is gonna
Oh,
go.
that shit easy, bro.
And the thing is, no, I highly
Nah, we are all right. This is gonna be the long running series. I'm gonna get
I,
a wife. I'm
I,
gonna get two bedroom apartment.
you're gonna have to run. You're gonna
At
have to
the end,
run through.
it's just gonna be like, see, I did it, bro. Yeah,
I
and
do
I'm
think
be like, yeah, the relationship was fake the whole
I
time.
do think I do think it can happen, but you'd have to like cycle through a bunch of women before you found the one that actually was okay with it. You'd probably go through at least 3 or 4 women before you finally found the one who's like, ah, sure,
It takes one. It takes one, bro. Easy.
that's cheap. Because like,
It takes one, bro.
man, because especially because the thing is, I know what kind of women you're into, right?
Yeah.
You're into black women, right?
You
Or
don't
at least
know
that's
nothing
if
about me,
you're with a
bro.
long term
You
woman,
don't know
you're probably,
about me, bro.
you're probably
Nah,
gonna
I'm
be
gonna
able
stop.
to,
I'm gonna say something stupid.
if you're ending and it's like this is a woman you're gonna commit to, it's probably gonna be a black woman. I'm just assuming, right? You're not selling to a black woman to have two separate bedrooms. I'm sorry. I don't care how stereotypical that is. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening, bro. It's not. It's not. Not to no black woman. She would never. I'm sorry. You are not winning that conversation. You are just not. As if you're seeing a black woman, right? And you know, this is your long-term woman, you committed to her. You're never gonna win any argument with her, first of all, because you know how they are, and you're committed to this woman. So she's gonna win every single discussion you guys have. So yeah, you already know. Happy wife, happy life. I would just say, like, it's not happening. You can't convince. I could see it with maybe a white woman, maybe an Asian woman. I don't
Bro,
know.
to
And
me, it sounds like you hate black women.
even those, I think it's a hard sell. Hispanic women as well. It's not happening.
Why do you hate black women, bro?
Not
Maybe we
happening.
should unpack that. Why do you hate? Why do you hate people that look like you?
Well, reason number one. No, but yeah, to Hispanic women either, not happening. Hispanic women might actually just fucking kill you. Like you might end up dead in your sleep after you suggest that. You wake up the next morning with a knife in your chest, like, okay, I died. I'm dead. I'm dead. You're just looking at your body. You're floating away, like, fuck. This is the bad ending. It's like, damn.
This is
But
bad ending. What you
yeah,
think about that?
I don't know, man. I cannot see a black or Hispanic woman agreeing to that, unless it was their idea. If it's their idea, yeah, it will work. But if it's not their idea, it's not happening, bro. It's not. Um, I would say most women actually. I mean, when they get tired of you, then like I've had a girl suggest that shit to me, where like she was saying, "Oh, when we get together, we should have like 2 bedrooms." And I didn't give a fuck about the 2 bedrooms. I was like, "Do whatever the fuck you want." It's like I don't care. Like and she's like, "Oh, because you know you might be." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, whatever, shut up." Right? Because I know it's just it. A lot of time when you're dating a woman, they just try to find different excuses to insult you for no reason. They're trying to, especially if you're very, as women describe me, a very nonchalant. Um,
You mean
there's a
toxic?
yeah, whatever, toxic, sure, toxic guy. They keep trying to get under your exterior, so they'll say stupid shit or suggest things that make no sense or suggest things they think you're going to be bothered by to see what you're going to say. Now, I didn't give a fuck about the 2 bedrooms. I was like, sure, whatever, do what you want. You are fucking annoying. And when we sleep with each other, and I'm sitting there, I would think to my in my head, wish I could be gone right now. Like I don't want to be here anymore. I was like, just starting to get annoying, right? But I would put on a brave face and try to try to make things work. Like, okay, sure, yeah, ha, ha, and then we'd leave. Um, but uh, when I told her the reason why I don't want to do the 2 bedroom thing was just one, this is gonna be like our first apartment. I was like, it's fucking stupid. I said we don't have the money for that. That's literally the only reason that we don't have the fucking money for it.
I didn't think you were broke.
I mean,
God
back then,
damn, bro, you broke.
well, I'm not gonna dump a pretty penny on that. Like,
Ooh, couldn't be
I
me.
don't. I'm sorry for that. What's some women that I'm just dating? Where you're just starting dating
Bro,
her?
if we just dating, I don't care if I have an apartment. She not moving in, bro. She not
Exactly.
moving into my
I didn't even want to get an apartment with her, to be honest, because it's like I don't know if I could trust you. You might just up and vanish and fucking disappear, and there I am left with the with the bill. Like, what am I gonna do? But
That's when you find a roommate because you got 2 bedrooms. Ah, see,
well, I
the
remember
big brain
me,
shit, bro.
me and my boy, me and my boy in a chat where we're dying because I found this like TikTok, um, and I sent it to him and in the group chat because I know there was a bunch of women in that group chat. I just wanted to annoy him, right? So I sent the TikTok. It's a dude pitching. He's pretty much pitching to you, and another guy had stitched himself reacting to it about being in a non romantic, non sexual relationship where you guys are like married, but you don't do anything with each other. You both do your own thing, but you live together, split bills and stuff. And it's like you guys just get to be two bros, just living together, living fine, having all the tax benefits and shit.
Yeah,
And I
sounds
said
great.
to him, I was like, yo, we out? I was like, yo, we
Sounds
out?
great, bro. Like, yo, we got to the courthouse.
And the guy was like, yo, he broke it. He broke the code. It's like he figured it out. The answer. Oh man. But I guess this kind of touches on the final topic a little bit. And I've been thinking about this a lot because of like, the explosion of incels becoming pop culture news now and that kind of thing. Um, do you think people are entitled to love?
No, what? You can't be entitled to.
You don't think every person deserves a chance to experience love?
See, like, I feel like it's the language that you're using. Like, it's like, look, man, eh, you can put in the effort and find love. I believe.
Mm.
Yeah,
But you don't think maybe
and
like
I don't think it's like the government needs to start out mandating. All right, you get this one, you get that one. You just get a dog because you kind of a shit person, but everyone deserves love or whatever. Like that's weird. So it's the language that's like a very off putting in the question.
but would you say love is a necessary biological and maybe even emotional and biological component for a human being to survive?
I feel it's more like a like I actually thought about this when I was in high school. I was like, I feel like you need to like love something, right? Like that shit will get you going in the morning. I'm not even talking about like a person. Like just having a love for something will get you to like get out the bed in the morning, get you to do something. And honestly, that's I think why a lot of people like find a lot of solace in faith, right? Like it's they have some love for something, maybe a higher power, maybe just the fact that they get to believe in something, right? Like it's just shit like that where like you need to love something to like live, really.
Mm.
So, something loving you back, I don't think you need that. I think you'd be fine just even if it's one sided relationship, you'd fucking truck along, bro.
Well, I would be inclined to agree with you, and I've agreed with you for a long. I've literally said to you 1,000 times that I don't think men need to be in relationships. I say this to everyone that I don't think men need to be in relationships. I think many men need to stop seeking them out, to be honest. But I think one, many men are not even ready for it to begin with, and just some people, their personalities are not meant to be mingled with another person like that. It's just not. It's not. It's just your personality. You're just not the type. It's just like you're not the kind of person who's gonna enjoy being all tangled together like that. Like it's just not your thing, right? You probably will be able to tolerate it, but you're not gonna actually enjoy it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some people are just not built for it. But the thing is, there's a lot, not all the literature, but there's a lot of literature. Let's say psychological stuff, and even that even some biological literature as well, that claims that you literally need like romance and it literally will extend your lifespan and that kind of stuff. Like that's the argument people use that you should be seeking out romantic partners and that kind of thing because it will literally keep you alive and keep you healthy. What do you think about that?
No.
Yeah, that's all. We were just talking about scientism the other day. That's the kind of shit that I think is fucking scientism. I swear to God, you'll find so many papers that it's clear these papers were written in order to, like, let's say, yeah, to push forward a thing that everyone does and to keep people functioning. Because of course they want you to seek romance because it is through romance that 90% of the not I don't want to say 90%, that's a huge chunk of these economic transactions happen. Like sure, men spend a lot of money in regards to trying to pursue partners, but even women, man, the fucking the perfumes they buy, the stupid clothes they wear, the thing, it's all to try and get a little bit of male attention, and men do things to get female attention. If you remove the aspect of them caring about either, it's over. Like the shit is done. Like I was just thinking about this earlier, where I was like, men will get intimidated by the woman who's like all bossed up and wearing all that makeup and wearing the strong, confident clothes. But I was like, she's actually not the one you should be scared of because one, she obviously needs something, some kind of validation. She wants some attention, right? What you should be scared of is the woman who's walk outside and she clearly does not give a fuck. She's the one who, when I say not give a fuck, I don't mean like she's walking outside looking like looking like she crawled out from under a rock or anything. But like she walks outside, she's not wearing no makeup. Her hair is all right. She's wearing like clothes people would think were drabby or something or unappealing. She's the one who, if you try to walk up to her with your pickup artist bullshit and try to get in her head, it's not working. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
She's found peace, bro.
She's gonna look at you like, who the fuck are you? Like, get the fuck out of my face. Like it might work. It will probably work more better. And I think even pickup artists actually agree with this. It'll probably work better on the girl who's all dolled up. It looks like she's the queen of the fucking universe, So yeah, it's society was like, if neither side cared about receiving the attention of the other side, things might just fall apart. Because a lot of the things we do, I think, are unconsciously for that effect of trying to link with each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing that like even about like the people write about, you'll see papers about masturbation and all the health benefits. And I'm looking at them and a lot of them look so fucking stupid. And I'm just wondering, I need to see the actual like one day I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna actually look at the actual studies. Or I want to see if there are even any studies. They never link any studies or anything. These are just things physicians will say. I was like, where's the evidence proving this? Like, it'll be like, it lowers your heart disease and all sorts of shit. I was like, where is the evidence? I need to see the evidence. I need to see what proves that masturbation lowers your fucking heart, your risk for heart disease. I'm like, when did we prove that? Like, did someone show me?
No. But
Yeah.
I will say that staring at boobs lowers your risk for cancer, so.
Yeah, okay, what study proved that?
You need a study to prove that, bro?
I mean, it makes me happy.
You need a study to prove that, bro?
If they said like,
let me tell you,
you're right. I'll leave it.
The risk of cancer.
Yeah, women. I'm saying, women, anyone.
So if you want it to really help, all you have to do.
Yeah, apparently in my family there's a high rate of prostate cancer. So anyone got any pictures they need to send me, I'd gladfully. Gladfully, I even finished the sentence already thinking about the potential boobs I'd be looking at. But anyways,
Nah, but it is definitely shit like that. We're like, oh no, like what do you? It's goofy. It's just goofy.
Yeah. Because yeah, you'll see so many things claiming this, like you need the love of someone. They'll say I will read these articles and they're so fucking funny because being in a relationship will apparently cure every ailment on the planet. Like it lowers your risk for heart disease, it lowers your risk for cancer, it extends your lifespan. And you're just like, what is this? Is this the Miraclo drug? Is this what fucking Mr. Miracle was taking in DC Comics? Is it? Or you just getting pussy the whole time? Is that what it was? It wasn't the pill? Oh man, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I don't know. I will say no. Actually, no. Because even when I was in a relationship, I feel like being in relationships lowered my fucking confidence. To be honest, I feel like I was more confident outside of relationships. But I think that's a case to case thing. Because I've heard people say the opposite.
I really
You know?
feel like it depends on who you're in a relationship with.
I mean, I think it
Because
depends.
if you're in a relationship with someone who is constantly pestering you and bothering you and making you feel like shit, yeah, you don't feel that way.
What I'll
But if
say,
you're in a
I think
relationship with someone that's like,
when
yo, bro, I got you.
yeah, when you're in the relationship, I think you're at your peak confidence because you're like, I did it, I won. That's what you're thinking in your head. I won. The fucking Street Fighter music is playing when you fucking beat everybody. But once you leave the relationship, now it dawns on you, oh shit, I gotta try again. And you're just like, yo, I haven't even been refining my skills, bro. I was sitting there on the couch. I gained 30 pounds. It's like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? You know? Oh my god. Oh jeez. Jesus Christ. Yeah. But anyways, all right. So we talked about our people entitled to love. Guess I'll slip in a little hypothetical now, just a brief one.
Brief one.
I got this from someone at work. Someone at work was talking to me about this. So do you think when you're having kids with a woman, that should be your first with her? Like, is it fine for her to have kids already, or she must be your first child? Like, she must have your first.
All right, so like this is gonna be definitely very personal. Like I don't want kids. I'm gonna let that but like I'd prefer if the kid was mine. That's it, straight up. I just prefer if the kid was mine.
Mm. Do you have any specific reason you'd prefer if the kid was yours?
Nope.
I mean,
I don't need
sure
a
you have.
reason. I don't think no. I don't even think you need a reason. It's like I'd prefer if it was mine.
Well, you obviously have reasons. Like, it's not like I'm asking you to defend it or anything.
Yeah, I
Like,
know, but it's like I don't think there's like any like logic. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend some logical bullshit, bro. It's I just want it to be mine. That's it. That's the reason.
yeah, I wouldn't say there's a logical reason. I mean, actually, no, I could say there are a couple of logical scenarios I could think of. Like, why would you want to play stepfather to someone else's kid? The emotional turmoil and
I
stuff
didn't
like
even get that far. I was just like, you know what? I'd want it to be mine. That's it.
there's that. Yeah, there's that aspect, the whole stepfather thing. There's the aspect that you might have to deal with this person's other partner. You don't have to interact. Like, you're opening a whole can of worms, right? You can say those logical scenarios, like, but those are just hypotheticals. Very likely hypotheticals. It's very unlikely that some step kid is just gonna take to you and think you're the thing that saved their life. Like, yes, you're my father. I mean, depending on how young they are. Um, but I would say the main reason is biological. Obviously, you want to continue your bloodline, and something inside of you is going to say, this other kid is a threat to that bloodline. It's like, you ever seen those videos of animals in the wild when they'll start trying to, like, let's say they go and they mate with a an animal. Like, I saw a video of a zebra doing this. They start trying to kill the fucking other firstborns that the woman had. They start trying to kill her. They start trying to kill the other children they had. They literally seek them out and try to murder them. Is it fucking insane?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah,
That's actually kind of crazy.
those are trying to fucking murder it. And I was like, holy shit. I saw it, I was like, damn, people out here complaining about the human world. It's like, these animals you guys think are so cute. It's like, nah, bro. But yeah, so I think it's like probably the biological thing, and I guess a psychological thing is you just don't want something interfering with you continuing your legacy. You get what I'm saying?
If you want
Like,
to say that, bro, I don't give a fuck.
yeah,
Cause
it's nothing. There's nothing logical to it. It's just something internal within you.
man, I don't know what to tell you. Look, if someone else wants to do that, someone else wants to like, cause I won't say I know people, but like I understand that there are people who like don't mind and like they just wanted to like be a positive influence in that kid's life anyway, right? Good for them.
But
I'm
even
not
then,
mad. I'm
you
not
can
mad.
still say you're
Yeah.
continuing.
You can say whatever you want. I'm just
You're
saying
doing
like,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a kid. I don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. I don't. I don't. I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing the game.
Yeah, we're not gonna have no Drake and Josh going on here, man.
Yeah,
So,
like I'm not playing that game, bro.
no Drake and Josh. Man, in real life, the heck, fucking real siblings can't stand each other. I can just imagine step siblings. Fucking probably fucking despise each other. Look at Dio Brando, man. Man spent several years trying to kill his stepbrother. Spent literal centuries trying to kill his stepbrother. You know, like, man spent like a whole century trying to kill his stepbrother and all his progeny. That's what he did.
Man was just doing
But
the most, bro.
yeah, that's real Black Air Force energy right there. Dio fucking Brando.
Man, he loses like every other episode. It's fucking goofy.
Yo,
Nigga, give
oh,
up.
no. You when you get to fucking Crusaders. No, well,
What season is that? 7?
no, Crusaders is like was it 5?
5? That means lost 5 times, bro.
No, I think Crusaders is part 4.
Man's
No,
lost
part
too
4.
many
Sorry,
times, bro.
sorry, I'm wrong.
Tell that nigga
Part
relax.
4 is Diamond is Unbreakable. Crusaders is part 4. I don't know why I said 5. But the thing is, eh, he whoops their fucking asses like crazy in that one. But I mean, of course he did. He was broken. He was broken in that season. Of course, he was whooping their asses. But in the original, like when he first met Jonathan, he would just smack him around like Jonathan was a nobody. Then Jonathan got Aki and started fucking him up, and then he just stopped trying to fight him. Then he just started trying to trick him all the time. That's really what kicks off everything. He becomes a vampire because he couldn't beat Jonathan in fights no more. He had to go do some shit to try and. It was like he went and took steroids so he could beat Jonathan again, and still that shit didn't work. He went and became a fucking unkillable vampire, and Jonathan just went and found a new way to fuck him up. Jonathan was like, "Oh, okay, I'll be right back," and went and learned Hamon and used that to fuck him up instead. Oh man, jeez, I'll never forget when he like he
I already forgot, in fact.
they're like on a wall, and I forgot what he did. I think he kicked Jonathan into some flames. He thinks he won, and he's like about to walk away. Then he just sees Jonathan like coming back. He's like, "Oh, I forgot." He comes back the harder you hit him. when he said that, he sounded so annoyed. I think that's why he killed me. He's like, "Oh, fuck this guy." He's like, "Why would this fucking guy just die like a normal person?" Oh man, that main character energy, that Ben Tennyson energy. Ben Tennyson was the true main character.
Honestly, it's just like, yo, bro, give it like Vilgax. How many times he came back? How many times that nigga Vilgax came back for what? For what, bro? To get his shit rocked again.
His shit rocked again. Yeah, when Vilgax came back and like it was like Ultimate Alien and he knocked his shit in a couple of seconds and told him he was gonna do it too. He's like, "I'm gonna beat the shit out of you," and he just did it. And Vilgax destroyed like how many worlds when he did that?
10.
Like he
I
destroyed
conquered
all
10
these worlds.
worlds to
Yeah.
beat you, Ben 10. Ben shows up, he uses one fucking alien, gives him the fucking work, bro.
Yeah. I remember when we were watching that season, the joke we made. He's like, "I conquered 10 worlds to defeat you, Vanguard." And I was like, 10 worlds? My dude, I ain't even like finished with this one. Like it's like I can't even get by on this world. You think I'm gonna beat you? You conquered 10. Like, you know what? Just make it quick, bro. Just make it quick. I'll close my eyes. Like, goddamn. But anyways, I guess we can cut things off here. We talked about everything pretty much. I didn't want to make this too long of an episode.
Too long.
So
This is standard episode. No, it's actually shorter. But
yeah,
shout out
usually
to everyone who did view. I appreciate you guys.
yeah, I
Have a
appreciate
happy
all.
holidays.
Yeah, we care about you if you're men. Anyways,
Yeah, we don't care about you.